Every Intel user falls into one of 7 levels. You might think you're a level 3, but by the end of this video, you'll realize you've been a level 6 this whole time and you'll feel personally attacked. Whether you're rocking a Celeron from 2016 or a Core i9 with liquid cooling that costs more than some people's rent, there is a level for you. And before the AMD fanboys flood the comments saying they switched to Ryzen 5 years ago, congratulations, nobody asked. This one's for Team Blue. Let's see where you land. Level 1. The It Came with the Laptop user. This person has never opened a specs page in their life. They walked into a store, pointed at a laptop, asked can it do Netflix, and walked out with a Celeron or Pentium-powered machine for $300. The CPU inside is running 2 cores, maybe 4 threads if Intel was feeling generous that year. Clock speeds hover around 1.1 gigahertz, and the integrated graphics can barely render a YouTube video at 1080p without the fans sounding like a jet engine preparing for takeoff. But here's the thing about the level 1 user. They don't care. They genuinely do not care. You could explain multi-threading, cache hierarchies, and IPC gains to them for 6 hours straight, and they'd still ask you if their laptop can run Microsoft Word faster. The level 1 user checks email, browses Facebook, and watches cat videos. Their laptop runs at full load, opening 3 Chrome tabs because Chrome alone is eating 4 gigabytes of their 8 gigabyte RAM while the Celeron cries underneath. They've never updated a driver. They don't know what a driver is. They think BIOS is a Greek philosopher. And yet somehow this person's laptop has survived 4 years without a single hardware upgrade, running Windows 11 on hardware that Microsoft officially doesn't support because level 1 users operate on pure ignorance-fueled invincibility. You can spot a level 1 user when they say, "My computer is slow," but refuse to close any of their 47 browser tabs because I might need them later. Level 2. The Budget Builder. This is where awareness begins. The Level 2 user has watched exactly 3 YouTube PC building tutorials, subscribed to this channel obviously, and decided they're ready to build their first rig. Their weapon of choice is the Intel Core i3, specifically something like the i3-12100F, a 4-core 8-thread processor that costs under $100 and punches so far above its weight class, it makes the i5 nervous. The Level 2 user has a strict budget. Every dollar is calculated. They pair that i3 with a B660 motherboard, 16 gigabytes of DDR4, and whatever GPU they can grab on sale, usually an RK580 or an RTX 3060 if they're lucky. The entire build costs around $500 to $600, and when they boot up Valorant for the first time at 240 frames per second, they experience a religious awakening. For the first time in their life, they understand what PC gaming actually feels like. And there's no going back. The Level 2 user haunts Reddit's Build a PC subreddit, refreshes PC Part Picker every morning like it's the stock market, and will physically fight you if you suggest their i3 is not enough. Because for what they paid, it absolutely destroys. The i3-12100F in particular became legendary because 4 performance cores on Intel's 12th gen architecture delivered gaming performance that embarrassed previous generation i7 chips. That's the Level 2 energy. Maximum output from minimum investment. You can spot them when they comment, "You don't need an i7 for gaming," under every single hardware video on YouTube. They're right, by the way, but they don't have to say it every time. Level 3. The Sweet Spot Gamer. Welcome to the largest group of Intel users on the planet. The Level 3 user runs a Core i5, and they sit at the perfect intersection of price and performance where the law of diminishing returns hasn't kicked in yet. The i5 has been Intel's golden child for over a decade now. From the legendary i5 2500K back in 2011, which was Sandy Bridge and still runs in some people's rigs today, all the way to the i5 14600K and the newer Core Ultra 5250K, this chip has always been the smart choice. The current generation i5 gives you 6 performance cores, 8 efficiency cores, 14 cores total, 20 threads, and boost clocks hitting 5.3 gigahertz. That is absurd for a mid-range processor. Pair that with an RTX 4070 or an RX 7800 XT, and you're gaming at 1440p ultra settings without a single bottleneck. The level 3 user knows this. They did the research, they watched the benchmarks. They compared the i5 against the i7 and realized the gaming performance difference is 5 to 10% at best, while the price difference is $100 or more. So they pocketed that money, bought a better GPU instead, and ended up with a faster gaming experience than the person who splurged on the i7. That's the level 3 power move. While everyone else argues about core counts and thread counts, the i5 user quietly builds the most balanced rig in the room and spends the savings on a nicer monitor. You can spot them because they're weirdly calm in every CPU debate. They have nothing to prove because the benchmarks already proved it for them. If you want to see more tech content like this, hit subscribe because we are covering every level of every brand. Level 4, the streamer/creator. Now we're getting serious. The level 4 user needs more than gaming performance. They need cores, lots of cores, because their workflow involves gaming at 1440p while simultaneously running OBS for streaming, Discord for voice chat, Chrome with 12 production tabs open, and maybe Premiere Pro rendering a video in the background because apparently they think their PC is a data center. This is i7 territory. The Core i7 14700K with its 20 cores, 8 performance, and 12 efficiency, and 28 threads is the weapon of choice here. The i7 gives you 97% of the i9's gaming performance while saving over $100, and the extra core count over the i5 makes a genuine difference when you're stacking heavy multitasking workloads on top of each other. The level 4 user often started as a level 3 who realized their i5 was stuttering during streams because encoding, gaming, and managing overlays simultaneously pushed those 14 cores to their limit. The upgrade to i7 wasn't about chasing benchmark numbers. It was about stability under sustained multi-application loads. These users tend to invest in serious cooling too, a 240mm AIO at minimum, because an i7 14700K can pull over 250 watts under full load, and without proper cooling, it will thermal throttle faster than you can say Intel stock cooler. You can spot a level 4 user because their PC has more fans than a K-pop concert, and their cable management is suspiciously clean because they know their setup might end up on camera. Level 5, the overkill enthusiast. This person bought the Intel Core i9 14900K or the Core Ultra 9285K, and deep down they know they didn't need to. The i9 is Intel's flagship. 4 cores, 32 threads, boost clocks pushing 6 gigahertz on the 14900KS, and a power draw that could warm a small apartment. The level 5 user's PC has a 360mm liquid cooler, a 1000-watt power supply, and an overclocked motherboard that costs more than a level 2 user's entire build. But here's the uncomfortable truth. In gaming, the i9 performs within 3 to 5% of the i7, sometimes less. The real advantage shows up in extreme workloads like three-dimensional rendering in Blender, compiling massive code bases, or running scientific simulations. But the level 5 user isn't rendering. They're playing Fortnite at 1080p low settings to maximize competitive frame rates on a 400Hz monitor, and their CPU is at 11% utilization. The i9 could chew through their workload while simultaneously running a weather simulation, but instead it's all tabbing between Discord and Spotify. The level 5 user didn't buy the i9 because they needed it. They bought it because they wanted the best number on the spec sheet. It's the same energy as buying a Lamborghini and driving it to the grocery store. Respect, but also why. You can spot them because they start every conversation about their PC build with, "So I went with the i9," and then wait for your reaction like they just revealed they're an astronaut. Level 6. The legacy loyalist. This is the most stubborn Intel user alive. The level 6 user is still running a Sandy Bridge i5 2500K from 2011 or a Haswell i7 4790K from 2014, and they will not upgrade until the motherboard motherboard physically catches fire. These CPUs are 12 to 14 years old, and somehow they still game. Paired with a modern GPU like an RTX 3060 or an RX 7600, these ancient processors still push playable frame rates in most titles at 1080p, and the level 6 user brings this up constantly. Why would I upgrade when I'm still getting 60 FPS? Because your CPU is bottlenecking your GPU by 40%, that's why. But the level 6 user has transcended beyond caring about optimal performance. They've entered a zen state of good enough. Their platform is DDR3. Their motherboard doesn't support NVMe. Their USB ports are slower than some people's Wi-Fi, and they are completely at peace with it. The ultimate cope or the ultimate wisdom, depending on who you ask. You can spot them because they're still recommending the i5 2500K in 2006 and calling it the greatest CPU ever made. It was. In 2011, Level 7, the Xeon workstation maniac. This is the final boss of Intel users. The Level 7 user has a dual-socket motherboard running 2 Intel Xeon processors with a combined core count somewhere between 64 and 128 cores. Their system has 256 gigabytes of ECC RAM. Their storage array has more capacity than a small business server. They paid thousands of dollars for this setup, and when you ask them what they use it for, the answer is either machine learning, computational fluid dynamics, or an uncomfortable pause followed by Plex server. The Xeon user exists in a different dimension of computing. Their processors don't even have the same socket as consumer Intel chips. LGA 40677, LGA 4189, names that sound like alien coordinates. These chips are designed for running 24/7 without failure, handling mission-critical enterprise workloads, and rendering complex simulations that would make an i9 weep. But the funniest part about Level 7 users is that a surprising number of them bought decommissioned enterprise Xeon hardware off eBay for $300, slapped it together in a case from 2015, and now run a home lab that could theoretically host a small country's government website. They didn't spend $10,000. They spent the same as a Level 2 user and got 64 cores of raw computational power that sounds like a vacuum cleaner and draws more electricity than their refrigerator. You can spot them because they have a server rack in their bedroom closet, and their electricity bill has a third decimal place. So those are the 7 levels of Intel users, from the Celeron grandparent who doesn't know what a CPU is, to the Xeon maniac running a home data center in their closet. Which level are you? Be honest. Drop it in the comments, and for more tech content, click the video on screen now.